All right, good evening, folks. It's Saturday night here, and technically it's New Year's Eve Eve. This is the last race of 2017 here for the Homes Now Not Later Cyber Racing Association Super Speedway Series. Tonight we are here at Daytona International Speedway with the open truck setup here. We're going to see if we can send this year off on a good note, and by good note, I mean ending the race with a green flag instead of a caution flag. But we're all set to go tonight. 3 stages, 30 laps apiece. As always, you guys will see they'll show 100 laps. That is to allow for the event that if we need a NASCAR overtime, which usually we don't have to do it, but you never know. Tonight we will not have the 00 Dwyane Cooper on track. He is at a wedding tonight, so we've got 20 drivers ready to take it on. And tonight is actually one of the most important races because the regular season ends tonight. 9 drivers have already locked into the Fast 15 round. 2 just need to start, but there will be 7 drivers that have to race for the final 4 spots tonight. So it's a lot on the line. Last race of the year. And if 2018 is going to be anything like we've seen so far in 2017, I'm all for it. It's great. It was a good idea, and it was a great feeling to be brought back to this series after, I think it was a season off due to scheduling conflicts, but great to be back on board here with Cyber and Homes Now, and hopefully we carry it back on into 2018 as we continue to keep this season going here. Joining me tonight will be Mike Major. He's going to be up there looking and being the smart one, telling me where to go, where to look, and who to look at. Alan, we don't know where the hell he is. He probably is on a boat somewhere lost in the middle of the ocean. But that's all right. We got, let's see, looking at times here, we got about minute 20 left in practice. Looking at the speed board, fastest in practice will be the one of Artie Peterson Jr. with a 45.711. The 3 of Paul Servant behind him with a 7.12. The 66 of Bobby Tinch, third with a 45.758. Rick Seabrand's in the 2 truck with a 45.814, and rounding out the top 5 so far will be the 88 of Gregory Thompson with a 46.053. And if I sound different, whether it's good or bad, I am on a completely different headset finally. I've actually found one that's not a piece of shit and works great as a wireless. So go Corsair, and let's get this down and let's get practice underway. Mike, what do you think we're going to see tonight? Seeing how this is the open truck setup, these guys have now had a couple weeks to work on it, and judging by the past races that we've seen, the trucks seem to be a lot better off than the fixed K&N cars.
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting. The guys had plenty of time to get going and plenty of practices to work on everything. So, you know, these guys are always super aggressive, but it's a lot of fun to watch. They put on a great show. They do have that one fast repair. So racing for those last 4 spots, they're probably going to be super aggressive. They want to get there. They want to make it into that Fast 15. So it's going to be a good show tonight.
I think the biggest thing we're going to see is seeing how it is nighttime here. The track temp's going to be a little bit cooler, which is going to make these trucks run a little bit cooler depending on how much tape they've got on them. But it's going to be interesting to see who's been working on their setups and who has really not been putting in the time, as this is team racing here. We do have several teams here, so it's going to pretty much come down to a strategy of pitting at the right time, staying out of trouble, and more importantly, having a decent set underneath that truck, because you could have the baseline and be fine in the draft, but as we've seen so far, it seems to be heavily dictated by who's got the better set. You can tell because these trucks just absolutely dominate on the outside.
Yeah, and you also might see tonight a lot of the teammates are, might be in the chase, and one of them isn't. You know, you might want to push that guy and make sure he gets in there too, because for that Fast 15, having your teammates with you is a huge bonus.
Hey, Art. Mike.
Having a teammate is definitely a big thing to have, and knowing that if your teammate's not in there, I mean, play track, we know you got friends, and then sometimes the loyalty between your teammate isn't exactly there when it comes down to the white flag, but tonight, being if one of the 7 drivers that are racing for the top 4 spots, yeah, I definitely would be more inclined, especially if I was locked in already, not to get greedy and go ahead and try and help my teammate get in there. So as we get qualifying underway here right now, we don't see any times yet. We'll wait and see what the first lap time comes in here. All right, now that we got times coming in here, the 66 of Bobby Tinch, right now your current pole sitter with a 52.69. Behind that, we have the 3 of Paul Servant with a 54.56, and new pole sitting time, the 99 of Thomas Labarre with a 51.89. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody can top that speed, because that's pretty much booking it right there, as he's got him by almost a full 1/10 of a second. That'll move the 56 of Garrett Robinson to 4th, and now I'll shift it out because the 88 of Gregory Thompson, a 51.72. So new pole sitter. Now Bobby Tinch comes back again with a 49.742, and now the 3 of Paul Servant with a 49.563. So this number is going to continue to fluctuate here as these drivers get their laps in. So 3 drivers right now, make that 4 drivers now. Actually, now top 5 all in the 49s, ranging from a 49.5 all the way up to a 49.9. I think that 49.563 is going to stick though, and we'll see that as our pole time tonight.
Yeah, that's a fast lap.
Well, seeing how the next one behind that would be a 49.742. That was definitely one hell of a qualifying lap right there. It doesn't look like anything else is going to change there. We can see some trucks still going out just to do some random laps. But laps are in the books here, and I do believe that we will see the 3 right there of Paul Servant. He will be our pole sitter tonight with that 49.563 lap time. While we're winding down qualifying here, we're going to go ahead and bring out the U.S. Army Marching Band. So everybody please rise and remove your hats as we bring you our national anthem. Beautiful job as always there by the U.S. Army Marching Band, which is going to bring us into tonight's starting lineup. On pole will be the 3 of Paul Servant with that 49.563. Starting outside of him will be the 8 of Dana Osborne. Let me get that, yeah, that's right. 8 of Dana Osborne with a 49.663. Rolling off in third tonight will be the 66 of Bobby Tinch. Starting fourth will be the 99 of Thomas Labar. Matthew Welsenbach in the 29 rolls off fifth. The 4 of Justin Levine will start sixth tonight. Rolling off seventh will be the 56 of Garrett Robinson. The 26 of Daniel Holloway starts eighth tonight. Ninth goes to the 18 of Gary Champion, and rounding out the top 10 will be the 88 of Gregory Thompson. Starting 11th will be the 21 of Eric Knex. Artie Peterson Jr. in the 1 truck will start 12th. 13th goes to the 48 of Jimmy Coleman. The 58 of Jim Peterson will roll off 14th. The 54 of Chris Ackers will roll off 15th tonight. Dustin Powers in the 25 will start 16th. The 60 of Lance Marsh will roll off 17th. 18th goes to the 44 of David Anderson. Rick Seabrands in the 2 truck will start 19th. Raymond Rittenhauer in that 87 will round out the top 20 here tonight. So, as we get ready to go here, the pace car is now just getting ready to leave off pit road. We are going to be less than 1 lap from taking the green flag here at Daytona. Mike, I know we talked about it a little bit in practice, but what do you think we're going to see here early on in the first stage?
I think what you're going to see here is a lot of give and take more on this one. I think these guys know how important this race is to get into that Fast 15. So I don't think they're going to be too aggressive. But then again, this is cyber racing, and they might get aggressive. So it's going to be exciting either way. But let's hope guys play it smart and take their time, get settled in, and race it hard at the end.
All right, Alan, and now digesting that information, what's your take on how you think this race is going to play out?
You know, hopefully fast. Hopefully they keep it clean and we get some nice clean racing in.
And here we thought for the longest time you were lost in a boat in the middle of the ocean. But yeah, frozen pipes is definitely something that's not fun to deal with.
No, it's been, with the wind chill, it's been anywhere between negative 27 and 21 degrees below zero for the last 3 days straight.
You can keep that. We're going to be dropping down to the single-digit temperatures, but yeah, you can keep that negative stuff up north. That's why I moved down south. All right, so as we get ready to start this race, we're going to do it in style. We're going to go to the Crank It Up camera, and we'll let these guys get this race underway as they come up to take the green flag here to start it tonight. Green flag is out. We are live with the Homes Now Not Later Cyber Racing Super Speedway Series.
Bobby all over the back of that green flag. He's trying to push it out the lead there.
And as we pull off of the Crank It Up camera, we saw on that initial start that the 66 of Bobby Tinch was glued to the back of that 3 machine there, Paul Cervantes. He was able to quickly get that 3 truck out there and drop in behind him as they will be coming here to take lap 3. So far, everything is looking good. Guys are playing nice with each other, but there's still a ton of racing to go. Now, we will see mandatory cautions thrown on lap 30 and lap 60 because we will be racing 3 segments, and as Mike had indicated earlier, these drivers have 1 fast repair. So if in the event that the big one does happen tonight, all these drivers do have 1 quick reset that they can use, but they must use it wisely. If they get a little bit of contact in one of the wrecks, don't be surprised if you see them roll till the final stage of the race before they decide to do anything about it. Seeing how you burn it early, you run the risk of getting caught in another wreck, as we see them now starting to fan out and shift. See, it looks like we're trying to get a third line going here as we got the 99. He's trying to make it 3 wide as they're going into turn 1 here, and he's got some help with him, so they're not wasting too much time as we're 4 laps in, and already we're looking at potentially 3 wide as we still are. We see the 21. Oh, we had a 21, and I believe that was the 56. No caution yet.
Close.
Looks like they were able to gather it up and keep it green, but that definitely split the field up here. As we can see, the front 4 trucks, well, might as well say 5 because he's got the draft there, but then we've got now about 3 different packs. So the big organized field got broken up there. It looked like maybe it was just when the 21 was down there on the apron, maybe I think the 56 or 50, hell, I don't even remember what truck it was. Thought he might just have a little bit.
A bump gone bad.
Was it?
Little tap in the wrong spot in that tri-oval or the turn, and it just messed them up.
That's all it takes. And we've seen it time and time again, and usually it's more so with the K&N card due to the fact that they have a flat ass and a shovel head on them. These trucks are pretty good in the draft. I mean, that's all we've been running all week since the official series is at Talladega. But it's still all it takes is just one little push in the wrong spot. As you can see, some damage there on that first truck of the second pack there. So he's got a little bit of nose damage going on, but shouldn't be anything that's going to hurt him. As you see all the trucks there in line behind. Now they should have no problem catching up to this front pack, but I would definitely dump in. Now, with something like this happening early on during a race, if it was just a straight up 100 lap race, that would kind of be a really, really big deal if you were involved in it. But since these are broken up into stages, you've got that chance that you know that you're going to have a caution coming up to end the stage, and you'll get bunched back up with the rest of them. You'll have a chance to repair any little bit of damage, seeing how we do have long pacing laps here. It's not going to hurt nowhere near as bad as it would versus just a straight up run. As we see now, it's going to be 4-on-1 here up front, as the 29 of Matthew Welzenbach is the lone truck on the outside. And now we see the 99 there, Thomas Labar. He's going to come up and try and give him a little bit of help and then tuck back down. But so far it has been the 3 of Paul Servant leading all 7 laps here so far at Daytona. And that 66 of Bobby Tinch has stayed glued right to the back of him the entire time. Now you can see right there that the 4 of Justin Levine is helping push, I believe that is the 18 of Gary Champion. He's helping push him up to the lead pack. So now that little bit of nose damage there that Gary has on the front of his truck isn't going to play so much of a factor anymore, as they're actually going to go up high and try and get some more spots.
Well, it does appear that that second pack is starting to regroup and gather it back up.
And then you look a little further back, I think we've got, what, a 2 or 3 truck pack back there. If they can stay in a straight line, they're not going to really do as much. But if those guys can stay together, now we see the 99, the 18, and the 4 have hooked up on the high side. They're going to try and make a run here on the 29 and the 8. Now we see the 8. Oh, we're going to get 3 wide here. as the 99 is going to get hung out. 4 is going to back off, though. That'll allow the 99 there, Thomas LeBar, to drop back in behind the 8 of Dana Osborne. Now we see that second pack has managed to catch back up to the field. And you can see right there the damage on the left front and the nose of the 18 of Gary Champion. And we have word that the 66 of Bobby Tinch will be making his way down pit road. We see him break off there, so there could be a potential strategy. We've got a couple other takers coming down as well. But out front, it'll still be the 3 of Paul Servant, as he's got 10 laps so far led, all of them belonging to that 3 truck. As now we've got the 99, the 4, the 26, and I believe that's going to be the 48 on the outside. They're going to try and make a run here on the backstretch. There's the 66, the 2, and the 1 down pit road, and the 21 down pit road. It's going to be interesting to see what these drivers do strategy-wise here, as we still see the inside line is working a little bit better than the outside, but let's see what happens as they come to the line this time. Are they going to try and get a little side draft? It's going to be close, but it's still going to be the 3 of Paul Servant leading that one. So add another lap onto his counter. So now is where we're going to start seeing the different strategies play out. So we see they're going to be coming up on some lap traffic here. A little graze at the wall there. They make it by with no problems. While we look a little bit further back right here, this is the battle for 7th, 8th, 9th. Now I'm back. Now these drivers do have to pit once per segment, so that's an interesting call to come down at 10 laps. Usually we see them come down with maybe 1 or 2 laps to go, usually 1 lap before the stage ends, but a different strategy in play tonight here at Daytona. Quite a few drivers came down on lap 10. So that should put them into a different fuel window, as we see the lead pack going by some more lap traffic here as they come out of turn 2. So far, the damage on the 18 of Gary Champion is not really affecting him. We see now the 99 of Thomas LeBar. He is hung on the outside. He might be dropping to the back. We see the 21 coming down pit road. You definitely would not be able to tell looking at the nose of that, or looking at the way that the 18 is driving, that he's got any type of damage whatsoever, because whether he's been on the inside or the outside, he's had help the entire time, and he's absolutely just moving. Now you see his teammate, the 26 of Daniel Holloway, he is up there trying to take a lap away from the 3, but at the line again, it's going to be that 3 truck. He's led he's led 14 laps tonight, and the 99 of Thomas LeBar has led 1. So you see the 21 coming off the pit road. But this right here is basically the entire top 10. We'll go to the top 8 here. So you see that 26 and the 4 are still continuing to try and put pressure on the outside line. They come to the stripe this time. It's going to be the 3 again by about a fender. See the run there that the outside line is getting. The 4 of Justin Levine is absolutely pushing the living dog crap out of the 26 of Daniel Holloway. They get the run off the corner. They get it coming off of turn 4. It's just, it seems like it stalls out just before the start-finish line. I did notice that there is kind of a little bit of a bubble that the truck does tend to stall out a little bit. Like, you've got to time your run up to the truck in front of you to give them the shot correctly to get by. You see multiple drivers now breaking down pit road to take their required stop here, but out front it's still going to be the 3 of Paul Servant as he's still trying to be challenged by the 26 and the 4 of Daniel Holloway and Justin Levine. We see the 18 of Gary Champion and the 99 of Thomas Abar back there. As we see the 3, the 8, and the 48 coming down pit road, that will give this lap to the 26 of Daniel Holloway. So finally another leader. That'll make 3 leaders now, or 2 lead changes. We see Pat making their way off of pit road here, 4 trucks. So look for these guys to be coming down pit road pretty soon, as we are going to be, I believe, 9 laps until the end of the segment. So we're looking right now at 10th spot, or 9th now. That is being led by the 66 of Bobby Tinch. So Bobby in 9th, Artie Peterson Jr. in 10th, Rick Seabrand there behind him in 11th. And then behind that we have the 48 of Jimmy Coleman, who's going to get passed up by the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer and these other guys who are up to speed. So this right here is 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Okay, after me wanting to stick a boot up Charter's ass, apparently things have kind of leveled out and we're kind of coming back a little bit here. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but it appears we've got everything leveled back out, as now you see we are on lap 35. I'm still going to call Charter and somebody's going to get their ass kicked over this because that's absolutely 100% unacceptable. I know they are in the process of doing a conversion between the standard 65 down to 100 down, 10 up. Right now is not the time to be doing it, but I do believe that we are all back on the same page here, and we did have a caution before the stage ended. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see any of that, as I've been sitting here literally wanting to punch all of my computer monitors in my computer when that's not the problem. It's Charter, so I'm going to have to go find a Charter guy later tonight and punch him in the face. But now that we got all that shit ironed out, we can resume. And we see a lot of switching around going on the backstretch there. All right, there we go. Now everything's back up and smooth. All right, so out front we have the 29 of Matthew Welzenbach. He's being pushed by the 2 of Rick Seabrans, but we see the 29 and he's going to drop down to the inside, so that'll give the 29 the inside line here. As now the 2 is going to get pushed by the 8 of Dana Osborne as we take a look at the 58 there of Jim Peterson. We see the 99 of Thomas LeBar and the 26 of Daniel Holloway right there, and the 88 of Gregory Thompson in front of him. Pretty good battle going on right here. This is from the front all the way to around 10th. So we see the 58 there. He is on the outside line. Now we see the 66 of Bobby Tinch. He's going to make his way up there. As now we've got the 8 of Dana Osborne out front and the 4 of Justin Levine being pushed by the 2 of Rick Seabrans. He's going to try and get up there. As we see these 4 trucks have just absolutely flown around the 29. So with all that negativity behind, we are here in the second stage here at Daytona with the Homes Now Not Later Cyber Racing Association Super Speedway Series. And as stated before, this is the end of the regular season tonight. 9 drivers are locked into the Fast 15 round, and 2 drivers only needed to start the race in order to be locked in. But there are 7 drivers that are racing for the final 4 spots, as this is going to end the regular season, and then next week we will advance into the Fast 15. So we see the two there at Rick Seabrand's. He's going to be stuck odd man out on the high line as the 18 of Gary Champion. He's going to bail out, so that's going to bring 26. If he can get up to the bumper, that'll be good. If Bobby stays up there with the 3, that outside line could gather back up and go for a challenge. But as of right now, at the line, it's Justin Levine leading with his 3rd lap of the night. Now we're going to see what that 3 truck can do, because he's hooked back up with the 66, which they are teammates. So look for Bobby to stay glued to the back of that 3 truck the entire race. At the line, it's not going to be a contest. It's going to be the 4 again with that lap lead. Meanwhile, we look back at 8th. That's where the 29 who got up to the lead. He is now back to 8th as he's got the 88 of Gregory Thompson, the 44 of David Anderson, and a few other trucks back there in the mix. Meanwhile, these guys up front are kind of checking out right now. 7th up to 1st is just, I think they're punching their ticket and trying to get out of Dodge as fast as possible. We see some lap trucks quickly making their way up to the high line on the backstretch. So that'll be the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer. Now these guys had just pitted in the field coming around, which is the worst possible place to get caught by the field, especially when you're already merging out on track and you see on your relative that you've got pretty much the entire field barreling down on you. It's kind of a knee-jerk reaction. You either A, stay down on the apron, or you make your way out to that wall as fast as you can. But as we see, the 3 of Paul Servant has managed to make his way back up to that top spot as he's being pushed by the 8 of Dana Osborne, the 18 of Gary Champion, and the 26 of Daniel Holloway. So we've got 2 teammates lined up behind each other. Now we see Bobby there in the 66. He's going to drop down to the inside with the 2 of Rick Seabrand's, which is going to leave just the 8 of Dana Osborne and the 4 of Justin Levine out on the high line as they come around to complete lap 44 here, or 45. And once again, dealing with apparently charters really wanting to piss me off tonight. So as we continue to go here, I'm keeping a very, very close eye on the bit rate. It seems to be doing stuff that it never normally does. So if the stream gets a little bit jittery or laggy, it's because I'm literally picking up my cell phone right now and I'm going to be calling Charter and telling them they need to fix their fucking shit. So we see several pitting right now. As we're nearing the end of another segment too, we're just going to go ahead and do a fail-safe, and we're going to switch out connections, and we'll run it off of a separate one that's guaranteed to stay solid versus mine, which for some reason tonight is deciding it wants to do everything but what it's supposed to do. And apparently there's a lot of things going on too, because we're having issues keeping connections with iRacing. Good old net neutrality at its finest here. But I'll continue to call as long as it'll go. Right now we've got the 8 of Dana Osborne out front, being pushed by the 3, the 26 and the 18. Now on the outside we've got the 44 of David Anderson, the 4 of Justin Levine. They come to the line this time. We see a couple more trucks breaking off for their mandatory pit stop, but it'll be the 8 of Dana Osborne leading that one. I think it might be a good thing to know that it's not just me. There's several others that are having issues right now at the moment. As we're closing in here on the end of segment 2, that'll give us the time needed to go ahead and switch over to a more solid connection. As I'm watching my bandwidth, it's jumping way up higher than I've ever seen my bandwidth go. So that will make our new leader the 26 of Daniel Holloway. Behind him, the 44 of David Anderson, and the 18 of Gary Champions. We see a little bit of a bump there coming off the turn. Justin Levine behind the 18. So teammates right now separated by one truck. Meanwhile, right now we're looking at 7th spot. That is the 66 of Bobby Tinch. Now it's going to move him up to 5th now, as we see the leaders have pitted. So we're getting close to the end of stage 6 here. There we go. Now we're back and more stabilized here. Providers now. If there's something maybe like explainable, then yes. But if they give me some bullshit answer, then no, there's going to be some time credited for that shit, and they're going to make them all know that this doesn't apply.
see actually get an actual tire fall off when it goes driving by you at 200 miles an hour?
Well, they did allude that we're going to be adding where parts start falling off of the race cars, and we will end up having to precaution as well as actually having tire failures instead of just running it down to 0% and it just not turning anymore. So with the way that iRacing works, we might just actually see tires flying off of vehicles for once. I mean, hell, we've got animated victories. That only took them, what, 10 years?
Well, we had 2 laps to go until the segment ends, so be 1 lap this time by.
Now, thank God for Mike having a much more, usually I don't have a problem with my internet provider, but I guess they're wanting to not cooperate tonight, but Mike to the rescue here. He's running the show now, and I'm just sitting here behind the scenes watching it and trying to do my best here. And now it's still a battle between the 26. There's actually, they bailed out on that one now, so now it's going to be, you see the 26 and 2 drop to the inside. So that'll give Bobby Tinch back the lead, Rick Seabrand to second, and then Daniel Holloway to third.
Caution, caution, caution. How you doing in there, kid?
That's the segment ending caution.
Yep, that would be the end of stage 2. So luckily we've got everything ironed out, straightened out for the end of this race, which hopefully it'll be as clean as we saw the past 2 stages. We haven't had a single caution yet this race, and yes, I've been knocking on wood the entire time that I've been saying that entire sentence, because so far this has been an absolutely amazing race, and for once I could say it's definitely not on bumps gone bad, it's internet gone bad. Alright, so here we are. We're going to have some takers down pit road here as we see most of the field going down. There's the 26, the 4 of Justin Levine and the 26 of Daniel Holloway. So we see the 48 and 54, they want to stay out. The majority of the field is coming down here for service. They're going to top off with Sunoco race fuel and 4 fresh Dr. Feelgoods, and we get ready to see some wave lights taking place right now. Just thinking to get back on the lead line. We've got Paul going to get a lap back as we look back now at so the race off the pit road. Justin Levine in the 4 will take that, followed by the 26 Daniel Holloway, and then the 66 of Bobby Tinch. Rick Seabrand's in the 2, 4th Gary Champion, the 18 we'll round out the top 5. But since pit stops are completed here, we're going to go ahead and roll a quick commercial break here and return with the action here at Daytona International Speedway. We are back from quick commercial break from our series sponsor there. That is Homes Now, Not Later. We want to thank Jim Peterson for putting up the sponsorship there, as well as a famous number tonight that we're not seeing in the field, the 00 Dwyane Cooper. He is at a wedding tonight, so big thanks to both of them, Dwyane for putting the league together, and Jim for throwing up the series sponsor there. Unfortunately, technology is not with us tonight, but we're doing the best we can to try and get the best coverage we can here, and hopefully this is a one-time instance and we don't ever run into this again. But we're going to go ahead and pull up a quick little summary here and see exactly what has transpired so far. Right now, our current race leader is the Ford Justin Levine. We got 62 laps complete. We've had 2 cautions for 6 laps, those both being just the competitions. Now we've had 24 lead changes, and now we're entering the most critical stage. And as we look quickly at the top 5, it's going to be the 4 of Justin Levine, the 26 of Daniel Holloway, the 66 of Bobby Tinch, the 2 of Rick C. Brands, and the 5 of Gary Champion. Further back, we have the 99, Thomas Barnes 6th, the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach 7th, the 1 of Artie Peterson Jr. 8th, Gregory Thompson in the 88 9th, and the 3 of Paul Servant will round out the top 10. Out of the 20 trucks that started the race, we do have 18 that are, well, let's see, on lead lap we still have 18. No, I'm seeing one lap down here, so we gotta wait for our TBO to catch up as always. Now that problem we've always had. As we see, the lights are out on the Mustang pace car, so we are ready to get things set here as the pace car enters the backstretch. Nope, it's getting ready to pull off here, and we're about ready to start. No, that is the backstretch. It's kind of hard when you're not working the cameras to see exactly which one it is, but we are on the backstretch, so we're about half a lap from starting the final stage of the night. And of course, as always, once this pace car rolls down, we are going to give you the Fox Crank It Up restart here.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. We're back underway here. Final stage. Counts. see a little bit of 3-wide action going on here. Get the 8 and the 3, they're making that outside work. As the 4 of Justin Levine is still going to be scored as the race leader, but we do now have 3 wide, 2 deep here. It's going to be interesting to see how this comes into play here as they make it on the backstretch. You know that outside line is going to have the advantage. We see the 26 is going to come up, and now we're going to be 3 wide going into turn 3 here. Is it bad that I'm seeing Daytona Thunder coming up? So far, so good, and at the line, it's going to be a 3-way battle. Who's going to get it? That time it'll be the 26 of Daniel Holloway, so that outside line's getting off. Now the 8 is going to clear. We see the 26 is able to drop down 2 lanes all the way from the high side to the lane. Good move there by the 26 to get in front of the 4. That's going to leave the 8 and the 3. And then the 2 of Rick Seabrands is the odd man out right now. He's sitting in the cat dog seat as he's the only truck in that middle groove. They come to the line. It'll be the 26 of Daniel Holloway leading another lap. And now we see the 8. He's going to... Oh, there we go. The 3 backed off just enough to let the 8 in. Otherwise, that could have been a very, very, very bad. But the 8 was able to make it in, and you can see just how hard the 4 is pushing that 26. As now we're back to double file racing here. We've got the 2, the 8, and the 3 on the outside, the 26, the 4, the 66, and the 99 on the inside, and these guys are going at it. Lap after lap, we're seeing aggressive but well-timed moves. Normally things that we would see imminent death happen, we're actually seeing this done fairly clean and with some precision here, so these guys are definitely stepping up their game. We see the 8 and the 3 look outside of the 2 again here as they come off of turn 2. You can see that Rick trying to get some side draft there off the 4. Now he's got some help with the 66 of Bobby Tinch. See the 99 Thompson Bar. He's going to drop down as we're 3 wide once again as they come to 3 and 4. 3 wide, 2 deep. Oh, this is a great battle for the lead here. The 2 of Rick Seabrands, that outside line is good for Bobby Tinch. Now we can see that outside line really putting in some work as the 66 drop down. Again, it'll be the 2 of Rick Seabrands leading that lap. They are starting to wind down pretty fast here. We got the 8 of Dana Osborne and the 3 of Paul Servanto. Still dedicated to try and get back up front there on the outside line. We see that great static camera there in the middle of the backstretch. Looks like the 8's a little bit out of shape. He's able to gather up and get back in, but he was off speed for a little bit. It looks like he's still a little bit off pace. Maybe he got a little bit too warm pushing. As they come off turn 2 on the backstretch. We see the 26 and the 3 now, as well as the 4 there on the outside. That 3 of Servant, he wants to be able to get that lead as they barrel into turn 3. We see the pack is tightening back up here. And as they cross the line, it'll be the 2 of Rick Seaburn once again leading that one. You see the run they get, though, going into the corner, and then the offense stalls out a little bit there midway through, and then they'll get to run back off again as long as they're side dropped in it. We have the 88 coming down pit road as well as some other drivers here. We still have the 3 of Paul Servant, the 8 of Dana Osborne on the outside. We also have the 26 of Daniel Holloway and the 4 of Justin Levine there on the outside line. But on the inside, we've got the 66 of Bobby Tinge pushing the 2 of Rick Seabrands. See the 44 of David Anderson in the mix there, as well as the 99 of Thomas Labar. And the 1 of Artie Peterson Jr.
Well, I originally thought that maybe the...
And here we go. Inside line, leaders coming down, pit stops. Final pit stops of the race.
Yeah, I had originally thought maybe the 8 was gone high and dropped back to set up for a pit, but...
That's what I thought exactly too, but now look at him right back out there, he's running in second. I think he might have just got that Ray Goodwrench Chevy a little bit too hot.
I don't know, he was out in front of the 3 when he did it. He pulled up high and dropped back.
Well, with 7 drivers fighting for 4 spots, maybe that was a strategy call. Because we're going to see how the rest of this race plays out.
Ooh.
Whoa, contact there between the 3 and the 8. We know the 8 of Dan Osborne and possibly the 3 of Paul Servant will both be using their quick fixes on that one.
Wow, they come into pit a little hot. Looks like the 3 woed up a little bit more than the 8.
A little bit of ARCA brakes there. As we stay green flag here at Daytona, it's green flag since the drop at the beginning of the race. Let's hope that it stays that way, as it'll be 13 laps at the line. Out front, it's the 26 of Daniel Holloway. I think if ever there was a time to really shine, it's when you're dealing with technical difficulties and making the best out of the situation, as we are doing right now.
Hey, at least we're back up and running. Normally the normal broadcast wouldn't have come back up if they were having technical difficulties like that. So.
No, and I think this is only the second time in iRacing history that I've ever put it, so obviously there's something going on as we see the 88, the 58, and hard to see the number on that truck there, but we'll say the 29, that's Matthew Welsenbach, as they motor past. That was for 8th and 10th. A lot all winding down here at Daytona Motor Speedway, and tonight has been a very, very great clean night of racing.
Well, you got to think that this 26 and 4 are going to be headed down pit road here some point shortly. I mean, they're sticking it out now. I mean, they could be waiting to see if there's a late race caution, but I'm not sure I'd go there.
I don't know. This is plate track racing, and the one thing you can expect is the unexpected. Look, we see right there, those are our front two trucks. The 26 of Daniel Holloway and the 4 of Justin Levine is there coming up on the back of the field here. These guys, right now, they're sitting kind of pretty because they've got everybody in front of them like they want them to be. They're great strategy play right here, as there's a huge, huge gap between 1 and 2 and the rest. So this could actually work out to their advantage. You see there the 44 David Anderson up on the high side. Guys go by and cycle back to the hill. It's definitely a different thing to see your 1 and 2 truck running at the back of a pack, but that's what happens when things get spread out in this plate racing. Now, we said from the get-go that it's going to come down to multiple variables: the setup, pit strategy, if caution's coming in play, and obviously the draft. As we could see, these guys right here, with the amount of time they have over third place, I'm showing 27 seconds over, well, about 11 seconds back. No, 27 seconds back to third spot. So these guys, literally all they have to do is just ride on this field the rest of the way, and they've got this in the books.
Well, if they still need to make a pit through this segment, they're going to have to take a splash and go and try to get on and off pit road as cleanly and quickly as they can.
And if they're going to do that, they need to... Oh, we see right going on. Attack between the 18 and Gary and Matthew Welsenbach. As they go...
Caution's out.
Also collects the 58 of Jim Peterson.
Dang, they almost saved it.
Oh, this is going to be...
How's my radio been today? Could you hear me fine?
We're working our first caution now of the race. As we watch it happen there, you can see the 18 of Gary Champion. He's going to tow that machine back. We saw the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach. He had some motor smoke going there, but we're going to go and take a look and see what happened there. And that was 2 must-win drivers involved in that race. Here we go, we're going to watch it here. They make their way into turn 1. What goes wrong? Looks like... Oh, it's the same thing as... 18 might have came down a little bit to the 29, and then the 29 comes up and then clips the 58. Tough break though, but that was 2 of the must-win drivers involved in that wreck right there. So that's going to have big implications for the Fast 15, because as stated several times, tonight is the final race of the regular season here, as next week we'll move into the Fast 15. So that might have big implications there. Take another look. This is worth looking at again. So right now we're on board with the 6 for lock legs. Oh, he's the 18 come down. 60 had a prime view of that one. He's able to make it through, and he's going to come out pretty good after that one. Alright, so the 26 of Daniel Holloway right now being scored in 9th position as he has taken his final pit stop of the race. That's going to cycle the lead over to the 66 of Bobby Tinch, R.D. Peterson Jr. 2nd, Rick Seabrands 3rd, Thomas LeBar 4th, Dan Osborne 5th, Gregory Thompson 6th, Paul Servant 7th, Lance Marsh 8th, Daniel Holloway 9th, and Justin Levine's going to round out the top 10. We might as well go the rest of the way through the field here. Looking on back at 11th, we have the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer, Jim Peterson 12th, Eric Knex 13th, David Anderson 14th, Chris Ackers 15th, Jimmy Coleman 16th, and Matthew Welslenbach's going to run out of the field as the 18 of Gary Champion and Dustin Powers, as well as Garrett Robinson. Looks like they have opted to take those trucks behind the wall. So we have 17 trucks remaining in the race here, and literally a handful of laps also remaining here. As we can see the field here coming out of turn 4. But Alan, what do you think we're going to see here on this restart here? Is we're literally down to the wire, and we've seen that 2 of the must-win drivers were already involved in one. Do you think we're going to get a green finish, or are we going to see old nasty super speedway Raritat again?
Well, you know, I would like to see them run it nice and clean to the end and finish under green, but you know, cautions breed cautions here. Everybody's going to be grouped back up in tight racing. All it's going to take is somebody to make a slight mistake, come down too far, come up too far, and around they're going to go again. So I'd like to see it go green, but we'll have to roll the dice and see what happens here.
And while we're under caution here, we're going to take, hopefully, our final commercial break of the race and return with the lights on the Mustang pace car out. So we're going to take a quick commercial break and be back with the action. And as the Mustang pace car comes up here to the start-finish line, let's see if the lights do go out on it. And hopefully we can get it ready to go. As the lights are out, we're going to double the field up, hopefully one last time here, get them refired, and put the last race of 2017 into the books here. And more importantly, seal the deal on the Fast 15. My prediction is expect the unexpected. Now this has got to be kind of nerve-wracking as a driver, especially knowing that 2 of the drivers just got potentially knocked out of it. So strategy for them is going to be everything. Alright, and word is we are going to have a green-white checker finish here. If it does come out, they're going to race it back. As the pace car makes its way out of the turn, we're going to set them off for the last time here. So this will end it. Once the pace car drops and they get going, let's see what happens here.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out. Let's see who can bring home the win. Looks like the inside line got a little bit better of a start than the outside there. As we're going to see, we already got it, they're wrecking in
Caught stop.
They got to race it back.
Cool your stuff, clear your head.
As they race it back here, it looks like that one's going to be on the one of R.D. Peterson Jr. Looks like he might have got shuffled around a little bit because I did see his truck run down the hill. He might have had a little bit of help there, but this right here is going to seal the deal as Bobby Tinch crosses the line. Score him as the winner if everything is according to what we were told by race control. Now with the extra laps remaining here, they are going to have to run behind the Mustang pace car to run it out. But like I said, if that is word from race control, that right there will end the race. We're going to go ahead and loop back, though. We want to take a look and see what happened there and what brought out that caution there on the last lap. I see them all grouped up here in turn 1 and 2. This is for the restart. See the one, oh, it looks like the one got a little help from the 99. Looks like R.D. Peterson Jr. got bumped by the 99, which turned him down the track. Saw the 3 of Paul Servant involved in that, as well as, trying to see who that was. He did a couple barrel rolls there. That was the 58 of Jim Peterson. So, yeah, that was another big one. It just appears there was a bump gone bad, as we've seen all too many times. But I definitely want to take an onboard replay with this 58. That's definitely going to be one stall point there. So you see there's the turn down the hill. You see Trevor Slade out of the wheel work there. Look at the wheel work. That was the one of R.D. Peterson Jr. Alright, so word from the tower is it did not fly, so we're going to attempt a green-white checker here. So now we're going to ride on board with the 58 of Jim Peterson and watch from his perspective of the ride. Oh boy, wow. That's a double Jeff Gordon right there. We saw trucks just flying everywhere. You saw the 3 of Paul Servant just in the air there, but undoubtedly the award winner there for most airtime definitely goes out to the 58 of Jim Peterson. That was one hell of a barrel roll there out of turn 2. So due to the NASCAR overtime, and they did not make it back, the white flag, we are going to do a green-white checker restart here. So this race is not over yet, but hopefully the wrecking is. And just because Jim did the most style points on the line, we're going to go ahead and put one more commercial in here and hope this doesn't jinx the drivers. So We're going to cut the commercial here and return with the action, and hopefully we get... Alright, folks, we're back. Pace car is coming out of turn 4 here, and hopefully we'll see the lights go off and we'll double them up. We see a couple trucks up there on the high line, so that's a good indication that they are on 2 to green and they're about to take 1 to green here. As the lights are out, we're going to double them up, and we're going to make an attempt here for a green-white checker finish. Alright, so out front right now it is the 66 of Bobby Tinch, the 2 of Rick Seabrand's second, Dana Osborne third, Thomas Labar fourth, Justin Levine fifth, Eric Knack sixth, Gregory Thompson seventh, Daniel Holloway eighth, Raymond Rittenhauer ninth, and Lance Marsh running out the top 10. As we're going to try and get a couple laps in the books here to finish this one under, but that's why we do have these extra 10 laps set in place. It's for NASCAR overtime, and tonight we're actually getting to use it. And once again, iRacing forgot to shove the phone book under Brett Bodine's ass in the pace car there. As you can see, he could still barely see above the steering wheel.
You'd think by now they'd just make a seat that was a little bit taller for him, huh?
That or they'd take a seat out of a premium Mustang that you could adjust the height on it. But it is iRacing. That's probably a base model with just GT stickers on it. They just took the badges off of GT and threw it on a regular V6 base model.
Or maybe they should just get a taller base car driver.
Well, I'm always available. As the pace car is getting ready to make its way off the track, we're going to go for our
green flag
checker here. Green is out. Looks like the inside got a good start there, but we got the 99 Thomas Labar right on the back of the 2 of Rick Seabrand's, but the 8 of Dana Osborne glued to the back of the 66. We also have the 4 of Justin Levine in the mix here. As we see the 8, he's going to try. He was looking to get up there on the high side. Right now he's going to stay. Now he's going to try and make the move up, but it's all about timing here, and we see Bobby right there doing exactly what you're going to try to do. That might have sealed the deal if that outside line can't get going, because that opened it for Dan Osborne, the wrecking behind. So as they come to the line, the fanning out is going to be between the 4 of Justin Levine and the 8 of Dana Osborne. At the line they touch. And IRTBO is showing me the 4 of Justin Levine as the winner there.
That was white flag. So
That was, no, right.
Caution, caution.
66.
Caution, make it putting up.
Oh, man. So now, that's even more big implications. But since this white flag, I think they do have to race it out. So this is between the 2 and the 4 right here. Whoever's going to make it around this time is going to win it.
Yeah, the 2 has got a commanding lead.
Wow. So that's official right there. was definitely a super speedway finish like we've seen many times before. But yeah, definitely, like Mike just hit on a name that we haven't really seen or really mentioned that much or seen up front. The 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer. He's going to bring it home third tonight. As it looks like the results are going to stick. The 2 of Rick Seabrands is going to win. Justin Levine, the 4, is going to be our second place finisher. And the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer is going to bring it home third as we end the regular season here. And we move into the Fast 15. So, as soon as we get around here, we're going to get the interviews underway here. We see celebrations underway in the 2 camp as he is burning it down at the line. Right now we're going to bring in our third place finisher, the 87 Raymond Rittenhauer. Alright Raymond, that was definitely one hell of a finish there. We didn't really see it too much up at the front, but you managed to bring it home third. See, you got some damage at the front end there. I'm assuming that happened there on the last lap. Walk us through the last few laps of the race.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy there. Yeah, the damage I got from running into the back of Gregory there. Sorry about that. But yeah, luckily we kept her straight. Came in third.
Well, we definitely sent May 17 off with a bang in more ways than one, because I'm pretty sure there's quite a few trucks that blew up on that one. But we still do have the Fast 15, which I believe you are in. So
yes, I believe I am. I have a win.
That's great. So we'll get to continue this as we move into 2018. What are your thoughts on the next year? As I know we're going to have New Year's celebration going on. A third place is definitely something to add to your New Year's celebration. But what are your thoughts looking at the rest of the season as we continue on in 2018?
Definitely got to work on the sets a little bit. I noticed I was dragging a little bit. That's why I was in the back most of the night. Yeah, hopefully maybe work on it, get them a little faster, and continue the ways.
Well, you brought it home third tonight. That's a great way to cap off the year. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
Just, Dwyane for all he does for the league here, and, Holmes now, you guys for a great job you do broadcasting.
Once again, congratulations on the third, and we will see you next week.
All right.
That was our third place finisher, the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer. Now we're going to bring in second, the 4 of Justin Levine. All right, Justin, that was one hell of a finish there. Tell me, how did it feel running that last lap with all the chaos around you?
Oh my god, my heart was pounding in my chest. When Dan came up and hit me, I was like, oh, it's over. Then I saw them wrecking behind me. I was like, come on, just wipe everybody out. And there goes Rick around everybody.
Now, you do have a win, so I believe you are locked into the top, the Fast 15 here as we finish off 2017. What are your thoughts on the 2018 season, finishing this off?
Well, thank goodness we got good momentum. Teammates finished good. Unfortunately, Gary got wrecked out there, but we got momentum. Hopefully we can take this and be in the Final Four and try one of us get a championship out of this.
Well, if anything that we know, I mean, hell, we've raced together several times. Play track racing is easily sometimes the easiest racing, but mostly it's a bitch. It's all about survival.
That is right.
Gotta do what you gotta do to stay up there. You finished second tonight. That's a great way to cap off and celebrate for the New Year's. And great show of racing. Y'all went pretty much the majority of the race and saved it for the end, which we had technical difficulties on our end. Internet, throughputs, everything you name it got thrown at us. But we came back, got the end of the race. You brought it on second. Is there anybody that you would like to thank?
Dwyane, what's it called? Jim Peterson with his Homes Now for sponsoring it. You guys put on an awesome job with the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it. And my teammates.
I'll warn you, end of segment 1 and segment 2 is a bit of a clusterfuck because of the internet, but after that, it got straightened out, so you get to see the most important part, all that matters. But once again, congratulations on the second spot, bud, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, Happy New Year, guys.
Right back at you, buddy. That was second place before Justin Levine. Let's bring in our race winner, Rick Seabrands.
For race.
All right, Rick, you won it. How's it feel?
Man, I tell you what, it's no better feeling than getting a win here in the Homes Now Cyber Racing League. I just got to thank all my whole team, sponsors, Jack Daniels, Yeti. This is what a fun race there, and just a wild finish, man. I hope the fans loved it.
Now, going back to that finish, you had probably one of the best views of all the hell breaking loose behind you. What was it like behind your eyes?
Well, I tell you what, I knew going out there, because Gil up on the box, he told me that second green, white, checkered, we were going to be in trouble. Everybody was going to be losing their minds, going for them wins, and it was crazy, man. There's not a lot of room out there. Pay windows open. Everybody's going for it. Just real fortunate to get through it and still have an unscathed truck. And looking forward to next time we come out here in this truck. We did a good job all season long of getting up there in the points and to go into the chase now. It should be the top seed. That was the goal coming into this season or this race. So real happy about that.
Well, there's nothing I could think that would seal off the 2017 year than bringing it home with a win, and you did just that. So aside from your teammates, is there anybody else that you'd like to thank before we send this one off into the books and return in 2018?
Yeah, I know coming up in 2018 with the races and the competition, it's one goal checkbox is checked. And I know we got a lot of work ahead of us. We're going to get back into we'll celebrate this one tonight, get back into the garage tomorrow, and start working on those trucks. And just got to thank Dwyane and Homes Now and everybody for what they do for this series. And look forward to 2018.
Well, once again, congratulations on the win, and we will see you next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that was our race winner, the two of Rick Seabrands, and that is going to do it for us for the year of 2017. It's been a great season so far, and I look forward to seeing what 2018 brings. Regular season is over. We're going to advance into the Fast 15 when we come back next week. So for everybody here at Homes Now, Cyber Racing, Die Hard Live TV, I want to thank everybody for sticking around throughout all the technical difficulties we've had tonight, both with iRacing, internet, and I want to give Mike a huge shout out for actually running the stream right now off of my key, because my internet decided it wanted to play games. I've throughput. I've done just about everything that you're not supposed to do in a race. So big hats off to Mike Major for pulling it together and bringing the stream back. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, sticking it out. And Alan, any final words before we all get ready to start celebrating for New Year's?
Other than Happy New Year, everybody, I can't think of much.
Well, hell, here, I'll say it. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you all have a safe Happy New Year. Get tore up from the floor up, but please, if you drink, don't drive. We will see you guys in another week. Happy New Year from Die Hard Racing, Die Hard Live TV, Cyber Racing, Homes Now, and good night.